The nameless Diesel came to help out for a bit on the mainland. The steam engines weren't impressed with what they saw, and neither was the Diesel with a claw. Boko tried his best to make friends with the other engines, but it was to no avail. The Diesel only gave him the cold buffer. The Diesel refused to go in the steam engine shed. "I don't want to go in those dorky geek steam engines," shed. "Give me the Diesel's berth." Sure, but for now, let me just shed. You don't seem to be happy of my life decisions." The Diesel left with the other engines having a bad taste in their mouth. When the Diesel left, the engines were talking about him. James was first. "What a stuck-up engine! He is a BITC." But Duck intervened. Don't say that, James. You can't." "He might not be able to say the word, Duck, but he's right." Henry agreed. "Why does he have a claw on him, by the way, might I ask?" "I think it was there so that he could move stuff, like Harvey." The engines talked more about the Diesel, thinking of their opinions. However, it was starting to be night, and Boko had to change with the Diesel. As Boko was leaving the shed, James said something. "Hey, Boko, can we speak tomorrow? I'll have a small little devious idea." "All right, James, but you'll have to make it quick. There's a lot of work on Edward's branch, you know." And he went away. The last day of the week, the Diesel had finished the work and decided to have a little rest early. Along with that, the sheds were empty, so he could have a good sleep. The Diesel then started to stop so that he could go in the shed, but he couldn't stop. Then the brakes were put on, but nothing happened. The Diesel rolled in very fast, and then it happened. "Fire and smellers!" cried the Diesel. "I'm off," he said with a monotone voice. As the Diesel coughed, Boko came by, hearing the ruckus. Well, what have we got here?" said Boko. "Oh, torn it. Now listen, steamy lover. Put me back on the rails, immediately." "Well, I won't, but those steamies, you call them, will. I'm just a worker. I don't have to care for this." As Boko left, the Diesel was appalled. Betrayal! Later, James and Edward, the steam engines, came along to see the Diesel and help him. "Oh," James laughed. "Oh, Edward, can you pull him out? I'll bring him to the works." "Don't worry, James. I'll pull him out with pleasure and joy." In just a few minutes, the Diesel was pulled back on the rails and put back in place. All grease and oil, the embarrassment of it all. The engines at the shed laughed and laughed about the silly Diesel. However, James and Boko both knew the secret. Boko had spilled oil that morning so that the Diesel would go right through. But even if they knew it, they laughed anyways. But it was mostly because it worked.